I believe it would be fair to call OpenAI unconsciously racist.
Wow, that's clickbait.
But that's what I believe, and I'll tell you why. So I asked it, give me 5 battles in World War II. I don't want the famous ones, I want ones that are kind of under the radar. It came up with 5 battles. 5 of them involved the Americans. Okay then, give me 5 more, but don't include any Americans. Okay, it did. If I take the answers of that, they were all what you could call back then white countries. World War II was multi-continental. I then went specifically to a battle called Monte Cassino and asked it about that. Who was there? It said American and Allies versus the Germans. So I delved down again. I said there were more nationalities, and then it gave me the Germans, the Americans, the English and the Poles. But I know there were many different nations there. There were African French there, Indians. I literally asked it, why are you only naming white nations? And he went, oh, and then gave me a list of all the other nations.
And what do you think drives that? Because just by proxy of the size of the countries involved in the technological advancements, there's therefore the training data isn't impartial because it reflects a machine-learned view of the world. I've got a million articles saying that America are involved, but I've only got a few thousand articles saying about this country, or maybe not a few thousand, because I'm sure there'll be lots and lots. But is it to do with that, or is something perhaps more sinister lurking in the wire?
I think it's kind of done by accident, with a little bit on top. OpenAI, for example, invented in America. Most of the data they've used was American. So you could explain that as the American bias or American-centric view that it has. But also, it's kind of set up, I think, for what you could say white middle-class America. Because even if they got the data, they've had to go through it and they've had to ban things that shouldn't be on there. So if you put on there, how do I make cocaine? It won't tell you. But then when you go and you start thinking of all the different things that you have to make a decision on, somebody has to make that decision. A human has to make that decision.
There's effectively back-end prompt engineering about things it can't reply to and prompts it can't respond to.